Hello guys, it's Cav here, and today I'm gonna be telling you guys all about the atypical event, how to get your hands on the Astron Rex, this tier 8 medium American tank, and of course a quick review following with some gameplay. Anyway, we got quite a bit to talk about, so let's get going with it. First of all, atypical event is quite easy and simple. Let me try to explain it to you as fast as I can. We already had this event before with the T56, however, this time they've added a new phase, so let me go through it as quick as I can. Basically, you have three type of coins. To get one of them, you gotta play with heavy tanks. To get the other one, you gotta play with light and medium tanks. And to get the last coin, you gotta play with tank destroyers. The first phase begins on the 10th and ends on the 18th. And it's quite simple. It's just like the last time that this event happened. All you gotta do is get your heavy tank, light, mediums, or tank destroyers out from tier 5 to tier 10 and play, and that's it. All you gotta focus is trying to win. So you will get a coin just for participating in any battle, but if you score a victory, you'll get 3 coins for playing in tier 5 to tier 7. However, if you do play from tier 8 to tier 10, you will get 5 coins per win. Does that make sense? Alright, simple. Phase 2, it changes. So from the 18th to the 26th, all that's gonna happen is that you will get 4 coins for every battle on tier 5 to 10 where you deal 1000 damage or more. That's it. So it gets much easier in my opinion, because you don't depend on teams to win like the first phase. So second phase will be really nice and helpful, kind of like a breather in a way. So that's about it, guys. That's all there is to the event. I hope I managed to explain that quite nicely. The way of getting the Astron Rex is quite easy. You go to the typical drawer in your garage, you click on it, and you're gonna see that it is literally a drawer, however, with a bunch of things. There's like camo containers, there's the legendary camouflage for the Astron, some credits, some boosters, and yeah, what is this here? Some camouflage as well. Interesting. One thing that really stands out is the premium tank container, which you have 20% chance of getting the premium tank container. If you do get it, you will literally be able to get any of these tanks here. Hopefully you'll get tier 8 if you do get it, so good luck to that. So that's quite interesting, but the way to get the action is actually by getting these certificates. You got 50 certificates on the first phase, and second phase you will get another 50, total of 100 certificates, meaning you can actually get the tank. That simple. Okay, so Astron Rex, is it any good? Of course, I'm gonna be telling you guys all about it and how to play with it. So let's go with the stats. First of all, 1500 hit points, which is not all that bad. It's actually quite alright for tier 8. However, main armor, you can see he has actually some armor on the turret, which is look quite decent. 120 millimeters at the front, 100 on the sides, and 70 on the rear. Hull does not look that well armored at all. 85 on the front of the hull, 70 on the sides. Look quite interesting. You might be able to side scrape against some mediums, and 50 on the rear. 20% chance of fire when hit on the engine, so be careful with that. Alright, you got 47% camouflage when stationary, which is okay, I guess. Okay, damage per minute 1810, but keep in mind this tank is an autoloader. He actually has 3 shots in the magazine, 21.7 seconds of reload. That's crazy. That's quite a long time. And the intro clip, so the reload between the shells, is 3.5 seconds. So you will take about 7 seconds to unload all 3 shots. Average penetration 200 on the AP, which is, you know, is not the best, but you can work with it. And the APCR 252. Unfortunately, it's APCR. What can you do? You will struggle a little bit against tier 9, especially heavy, so keep that in mind. And even some heavies on tier 8, and 54 millimeters on the HE. Average damage is 290, 250 on the APCR, and 360 on the HE. This means that you will be dealing 870 damage in 7 seconds, which is not bad, but the problem is the reload, which is 21.7 seconds. You're out of the match for quite a long time after you get that clip in. Aiming time 3.9 seconds, dispersion value 0.28, which is not a sniper. You have to be between second line of defense there, trying to support your other mediums, because you are not a brawler, you are a support tank. You got 8 degrees of gun departure, which is amazing. With that's really decent, which will help you out a ton. Top speed 52 kilometers an hour forwards, 22 backwards. This thing moves fast, which is really good. Power to weight ratio is not all that impressive, so it will take a little bit to get to those 52 kilometers an hour, so keep that in mind. Consumables, this is what I'm using. Provisions, this is what I'm using. And in regards to equipments, I am using calibrated shells to try to pump up that penetration a little bit. Defense system, improved optics, of course, because you want to try to have as much view range as possible to spot. Enhanced gun lane drive, because you have a bad aiming time. You gotta realize that. You gotta try to minimize that aiming time as much as possible. Improved assembly, engine accelerator, refined gun, toolbox, and consumable delivery system. Now we're gonna have a quick look at the armor of this tank. Right, this is actually a Panther 2 looking at the Astron, and you can tell there is quite a bit of red in the tank's turret, but at the same time there is quite a bit of green as well around the cannon, on the cheeks, and a huge hatch right there. Of course, hull, there's nothing to talk about. It's very weak. Can actually try to side scrape with this thing depending who you're dealing with. It might be a medium that doesn't have a lot of penetration or something like that. You can try to side scrape, just be aware that you actually have a very small weak point on the side as well. But yeah, not ideal. The way to play with this tank is totally held down, guys. As you guys can see, when I use my 8 degrees of gun depression, the turret becomes a lot more armored. You of course, you still have a few weak points like the hatch and under the cannon, but it does get a lot better. And of course, if I do put APCR, there will be more weak spots, especially if I'm not hull down. So you do use this tank hull down. That's the way to play with it. When I tell you guys to play with this tank hull down, I don't mean to actually stay still. What I mean is poke and straight away retreat. You do not want to let them actually aim at your weak points, because you got plenty of them. I'm just saying that the way to play with it, it's hold down rather than brawling or something like that. But still, this tank, I'll be honest with you guys, it is not the best medium tank on tier 8. It's far away from that. It's actually quite mediocre in my opinion. It lacks a lot of acceleration and of course DPM. But anyway, let's try to do the best we can over here. It is a free tank after all, so you should all get your hands on it. It's definitely worth it. But let's try to see if I can get a shot into that defender. Maybe I can even finish him off. Not really. And I don't want to deal with that T95. So let's back off a little bit and actually reload. So we got a convoy on the left hand side, T92, T49, and unfortunately our super Persian, he's gonna be unalived in a few seconds. Alright, he's still alive actually, I'm quite surprised. Let's see if I can actually try to maybe get some damage out. Ooh, that was very lucky. Let's try to make the most out of that. Ooh, okay, we got a T49 there. Let's blind shot and actually just retreat and reload. I don't want to risk getting shot by those big guns there. Right, we're doing okay. You know what? I thought we would be doing worse, but our team is actually holding its own. You know what? Let's try to come around B and try to cap it. There is a chance we can do it safely. That convoy just missed its shot, which is great. Alright, we're doing quite decently here. I can't really get a shot into that T92, which is okay for now. But maybe what I'm gonna do... Ooh, Kampfpanzer 70, what are you doing there? You know what, let's just take this T49 here. Come here, boy. Don't run. Do not run. Oh, I was aiming for the track. Unfortunately, it did not work. I want to try to get at least this last shot into him. I know he's going to be reloaded by now. You know what? I'm just going to finish my reload. He doesn't know I'm reloading. That's the thing. It's all about the mind games. It's all about the mind games. But by the time I'm done reloading... Yeah, that Hori would have taken... My god, that was a ram. Damn, Hori, leave me some damage, man. But anyways, guys, you guys can see the Astron is actually not bad, but it's not, like, amazing. It's a medium tank that will perform if you do play well with it, use its strengths, but otherwise, it's just just another tank. It's not a game changer. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's bad. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm just saying it's not a game changer. Alright? But still, you can have fun with it. Ooh, nice shot. Let's reload again. We got an action right there with 1200 HP. As you guys can see, the Astron does struggle a little bit to get some damage out because of the low DPM and all that. I wish it had a little bit more DPM, a faster reload for the clip or something like that. I wish it did, I really did. But anyway, maybe, I don't think it would have been too strong, I'll be honest with you guys. You see, all of that for us to do barely 2000 damage. I think that's the main weakness of this tank, the lack of DPM. It's not even the armor or the lack of acceleration, it's just the lack of DPM. If you only had a little bit more, it would have been such a good tank. Something else to keep in mind, this tank is quite small. Look at it compared to the T-54. It has such a low profile. Use that to your advantage. Hide in between small elevations in the map. Use the map as armor. That's a really good tip I can give you. This thing is tiny, man. You can actually side hug other tanks and they won't actually be able to shoot you, which is quite interesting. But aside from that, try to be held down as much as you can, and also always give support to your mediums or even heavies depending on the situation, because you are an autoloader and every autoloader is a support tank, right? Anyway, let's try to advance a little bit. Ooh, maybe not. We got a scolded there. I am spotted. Interesting. You know, I'm gonna back off because yeah, that's what I thought. Probably tanks over there on the other side, and this thing is not great at sniping. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think here is the best position for me, especially at oof. Yeah, that's not great. Against a Scorpion, that's not a tank you want to be dealing with. Anyway, let's get out of here. This Conway is gonna die real quick. Please, Conway, back off, mate. Let's fall back, my friend. Come on. That's not a place for you to be at. IS-6, I think he's gonna be dead very soon. Maybe I can come from the bottom here and try to get some shots in. I'm not sure. Let's see how it's gonna go. Okay, that's a good shot into the T-92. Nice, there we go. That's when it's really good to be an autoloader. You can just pump shots after shots. We're only 800 damage into the game, so you know, not much. We got an object 452 over there. It is a tier 9 match, by the way. I forgot to mention it, which means I'm more of an underdog than ever. But we will keep going. Let's see if I can do any damage whatsoever to this guy. Maybe I can get a few shots in. Oh no, that's not how I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Oh, we damaged that ammo rack. Nice, we got a truck. Right, okay, let's back off a bit. I really don't want to get shot by the IS-6. Ooh, is he coming from me? He was coming from me. He's still coming from me. Is he still coming from me? No way. Alright, good. He stopped. Right, nice. That's that TSL-7. That's someone I want to avoid. Good stuff. The object fired, meaning I can actually rush and finish him off with my remaining 2 shots. He's still with the ammo rack damage, by the way. He'll take like forever to reload. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so we got the Scorpion still on the right hand side. He's on C. Interesting. Ooh, the SL7 aiming at me. We managed to get the bounce, meaning I'm not the one shot to the Scorpion anymore. Not yet, at least. Ooh, who will I go for? Scorpion or the TSL-7? You know what, I'm going for the Scorpion. Getting my revenge here. Ooh. My guy hits hard, man. Right, hopefully I can get this last shot. Nice. I did. Ah, TSL-7 is still alive. Interesting. You know what, on this last match, we actually did quite decently, which I'm happy about. But I hope you guys saw more or less how this tank works. You want to be fluctuating around the map, giving support to your teammates. Do not be in front of the line. You will get shot at, you will get penetrated. Your armor is decent for occasional bounces. definitely not to hold frontline. Okay, make use of that clip, and yes, it is a long reload, so do not be too aggressive on the battlefield. You can't deal with pressure too well. I hope this helped you guys out in some way. If it did, please consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.